I used to work at an office desk 60 to 70 hours a week. Initially, I wondered how I would fit in my workouts and continue to eat well. This thought frustrated me because I knew what would happen if I didn't. So what I did is I reworked my routine to suit the time I had. And to be honest, it worked wonders. I'm gonna go over the 4 steps I would use if I was back at the office working 60 to 70 hours a week and I had 30 pounds to lose. The first step I would take is working out in the morning. I know what you're gonna tell me. No, Adam, I'm not a morning person. This is just not me. And I was the same. But what I would do is I would go to work thinking that I'm gonna work out in the evening, but there were 2 problems with that. Number 1, if I worked too late, I couldn't actually go to the gym. And number 2, if I was really drained from work, by the time it got to actually working out, my workout would be half-assed. So by switching up to morning workouts, what I would do is I would go to the gym in the morning, first thing, I would work out. I would pack a protein shake and a piece of fruit with me, which I will have like following the workout, usually on the way to work. Then I would have my breakfast at my desk. Then shortly after that, I would have a coffee. I actually recently picked up the routine of working out in the morning again. I fell out of it for some time, but I've recently picked it up and it's been a game changer because what I do is I work out in the morning, get that done, and I have the rest of the day to do work. So what I do is I wake up, I don't force feed myself like a pre-workout shake, some branched chain amino acids or anything similar. What I'll do is just have a tall, about 500 milliliters of water with a pinch of salt in. This will help hydrate me for my workout. And what a lot of people don't realize is you're using your stored carbohydrates from like last night's meal for this workout. So that is what will fuel this morning workout. So as long as you had carbs for dinner, your workout won't suffer. I know a lot of people will tell you, oh, you need to eat like a pre-workout meal, but research has suggested otherwise. And generally speaking, most of you are not trying to compete for like Mr. Olympia or something similar. So for me personally, I do 4 days a week of resistance training, and the other days I'll either do a long walk or some cardio in the gym. Either way, I'm doing something 7 days a week. Number 2 is getting 10,000 steps in a day. There's no magic thing that happens when you hit 10,000 steps, although most of the research has found that most of the health benefits actually transpire when you're getting 8,000 steps and above. So for most people, I suggest 8,000 and above, but when you're getting in 10,000 steps a day, you're burning an additional 400 to 600 calories a day, and that helps you get and stay in a deficit. So it means that if you're actually doing that, you can get away with eating more and still lose weight. What I suggest is walking to and from the gym if it's walking distance, walking on the treadmill after the gym and before the gym if you have time. And what you can do is walk after lunch or during your lunch break, walk further to the station if you're traveling to work, walk instead of driving wherever you can. You can also schedule some longer walks in nature with your partner or a friend. Step 3 is eating protein with every single meal, aiming for 30 to 50 grams of protein with each meal. That's actually protein, not like 30 to 50 grams of a protein source. So making sure you check the labels. I'll give you some solid options shortly, but don't make this mistake. Don't try and get your protein from like peanut butter. For example, you'd have to eat around 650 calories worth of peanut butter to get 30 grams of protein. That's not a good trade-off at all. So this is what 30 grams of protein looks like. 300 grams of Greek yogurt. I would go for the fat-free option or like a 2% fat option. 1.25 scoops of whey isolate, 5 eggs, 1 small, I'd say, or medium chicken breast, a can of tuna, 150 grams of tempeh, 250 grams of cottage cheese, a 120 gram salmon fillet, a 170 gram ribeye steak, but I'd say cut the fat off. That can be sirloin steak, it can be rump steak, but just make sure you cut the fat off. Step 4, and the final step you need to take to lose 30 pounds if you work at an office desk, is to eat 1 to 2 servings of vegetables with each meal. That's going to increase the volume of that meal, the fiber content, and also the water content. All of those things are going to make that meal a lot more filling, reducing your chances of overeating. And also, for not very many calories at all. Honestly, for most of you, if you do this one thing and implement it in the way I'm going to tell you to implement it, you will lose weight just from doing this. I think most of you understand that eating more vegetables is going to improve your health outcome in like most people. Also, I don't say this enough, but when I'm talking about vegetables, I'm also talking about fruit. But when it comes to fruit's a bit higher in calories than vegetables. So when you're thinking of fruit, I would say mainly focus on berries. Berries are your best bang for your buck in terms of the nutrients they contain and how little calories they contain as well. They're full of like phytonutrients, polyphenols that are good for like all aspects of your health. And stuff like apples are good as well because apples are highly satiating. So 1 to 3 servings of fruit a day is also a good shout. You could have your berries with a meal. You could have like an apple with a meal, for example, before or after, whatever suits you. But I usually say before if you can, because then it will fill you up a bit more. And then when it comes to the meal, you're having the vegetables and like your protein source and like a carb source, and then it's going to stop you from overeating beyond that. So next, how do you implement this? How do you get more vegetables in? One of the best ways is to actually write down a list of the vegetables you actually enjoy. Then stock up on those vegetables, but make sure that you also have some frozen vegetables which don't contain less nutrients. But just in case you run out of like vegetables in your fridge, you have a backup in your freezer. Those little vegetable bags can be very, very useful. What you want to do is you want to make half your plate vegetables. If you do this, you'll be full with a lot less calories, and also you're going to get the health benefits of having all those vegetables. And another way you can like prep vegetables to make sure you always have them is to just prep a bunch in advance. What I used to do is I used to get like a tray and put like squash, broccoli, asparagus, some onion, I'm trying to remember everything, some green beans, just a huge tray of it, put a bit of garlic powder on, put it in the oven, and just have it in the fridge to add to my meals. Then you could just do like 3 servings worth and you'll have like 3 meals worth, or like however much you want. You could do like a huge tray full and have like 2 days worth of your veg. Just mix that veg up and it tastes great and it's super convenient. Then you no longer have an excuse not to include veg. If you implement these 4 steps, you're going to lose 30 pounds in the next 6 months. It might sound like a lot of time, but I'm focusing on literally you losing this mostly from fat rather than just losing weight. You could easily lose 30 pounds within 30 days, but you're going to lose muscle, you're going to lose a lot of water, you're going to look like crap, and you're going to feel like crap. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to cover in this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. Any questions at all, comment below. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.